Hey guys, in this video I'm going to pick up from where I left off last time, which was adding different ways of playing chords to a track. So I did 3 examples in the last video. We had this one was 2 bars of A minor and 2 bars of G. This one was 1 bar of A minor and 1 bar of G, and this one here was 1 of A minor, 1 of G, and then 2 of D minor. So to add a bass line, obviously the first thing you need to do is find a bass sound. And I'm just going to use this one here I've gone to sounds, bass, and I'm just going to pick this one called electric bass. But you could try out a bunch of others if you want. In fact, I would recommend that. So the way the bass line works is, take this first example here, A minor for 2 bars and G for 2 bars. The simplest thing you can do is simply play the notes A and G for 2 bars each. And of course, because it's bass, they need to be low. So this would work for a bass. This would not work for a bass. So even though the patch is called electric bass, if you play it too high up on the keyboard, it's just not going to work as a bass, because bass by its very definition is a low sound. So one of the easiest things you could do, as I said, is just to play that note for as long as it is. So the bass line has to match up with the chord. So in this one that's A minor for 2 bars and G for 2 bars, I'm simply going to play exactly what I just said, but as notes instead of chords. So for A minor chord, you just play the note A. Have a listen before I record it. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to play it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... So in that example, I was playing, which at my tempo is actually quarter notes, as in 4 notes per bar, just simply going 1, 2, 3, 4, just playing a note on each bar. I could also go 8th notes, which means going, instead of, I could also play, let's hear how that sounds, 2, 3, 4, and... Or I could try 16th notes. And some of you are probably thinking already, well, hey, couldn't an arpeggiator just do this? And the answer is yes. So I'm going to drag an arpeggiator in. Here it is set to 8th note, so if I just hold it down, there it is, doing all the work for me. Ready? Here we go. I might set up a little count-in of 1 bar, and that way when I press record, it'll give me a 1 bar count-in. 2, 3, 4. Here comes the G. And, yep, if I wanted, I could change it to 16th notes like this. But so that's a very simple approach to playing a bass line. Other things you can do if you don't want to have just the straight up do 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 is you could play different rhythms. So I'll delete that one, and this time I'm going to do something more like, instead of I might do just make it a little bit funkier. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice for that one that I turned the arpeggiator off, because the arpeggiator really only works well when you hold down a note. Another idea worth trying, I'm just going to delete that one. Another idea worth trying could be using other notes of the chord. So in A minor, even though with a bass line, you only play one note at a time, so I would never actually do this. You can see when I play a chord in a bass sound, it doesn't sound particularly good. But if you play the notes, you can play the notes one at a time. So I could take one of those, the funky rhythm like the, and use the other notes of the A minor chord, the C and the E. So, and then do the same for the G chord. Let's hear how that sounds. Yeah, that's kind of a cool bass line. I'm going to skip out this one here, the A minor to G 1 bar each, and go straight to this one. So for the A minor, G, D minor, D minor, I'm going to try something more like this. So for the A minor, I can do, then the G, and then the D minor, and I'm just using the notes of the D minor chord. And also I can use the white notes to walk between the chords. So I might, for the A minor, do something like this. Then for the G. And for the second half of the bar of G, I'm going to walk up to the D. Just using the white keys. Have a listen to how that sounds. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Let's try that again. Here we go. So you can see here, there's the walking that I did. This part here, doop doop, doop 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 doop. You can see that's just the notes of the A minor chord, the A and the C. Then here I'm on the G note, and this part here, do 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 do. There's the D minor chord. This is my walk up. I'm just using the white keys to walk up to my next chord. That one there was a mistake, and these are just notes from the D minor chord. There's another mistake. That's the beauty of it. Also, you can delete mistakes after you've recorded it. There again is the walk up, and there's this time I did a walk down as well, back to the A to start again. Have a listen to how that sounds. The other thing I would change is that you could hear those two notes ran over each other and it doesn't sound so good. So just going to shorten that note. There we go. So that's pretty much how you want to do the bass part of the assignment. And of course, don't forget file, save as, especially if you are doing this over your last assignment. Your last assignment will probably be called something to do with drums and chords. So this one you'll save as, put it in your 8th grade music tech folder, and call it drums and chords and bass, and then of course your name. Don't write your name, write your actual name. And then upload it to Google Classroom. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed that.